Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be a full face first impression testing out new makeup. Not 100% what I'm calling this video yet, but basically we're gonna be getting ready together and I'm going to be using all new makeup products to me and I'm so excited. I think I have something new in like every single category. So we have a lot to go through. Most of this is new makeup, like new releases, but some of it is a bit older, but it's just new to me. So I'll be going through, testing everything out, letting you know my first impression thoughts and all of that. Before we get started, I do want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am doing a daily upload right now, so if you like getting daily content on makeup and beauty, I hope that you will consider hitting the subscribe button. I have several giveaways going on right now, and I know my next one is ending very soon, so I will have all of my giveaway links in the description box down below if you want to enter in any of them. But I'm really excited to finally try out some of these makeup products, so why don't we go ahead and get started. So I have you guys zoomed in. The only thing that I feel like I didn't have new was an eyelid primer, so I do have my eyes primed. I'm just gonna put on this little unicorn headband here that I got from Bell Cosmetics that I think is super cute, because I am gonna go in with my eyes first. Typically I do my eyes, then my face, then my eyes, and finish up the face. So that is how we are doing this one. And I'm really excited because I actually got this sent to me in PR and I was completely surprised, but this is from Pure Cosmetics and it is their My Little Pony the movie eyeshadow palette. They actually sent me the full collection, which really surprised me because I used to get PR from Pure and then the past while I haven't gotten anything from them, which is totally fine. I still love Pure and I still buy and use their products a lot. So I don't really know why I got sent this all of a sudden again, but I was really excited because if you watched, I did a Will I Buy It video and I mentioned this palette and I was saying how I liked the way that it looked, and if it was similar to the Trolls palette that Pure came out with, I thought it would be a really good formula, but it was just a little bit too similar to the Trolls palette and I was buying more eyeshadow palettes, so I decided to forego this one, but I was still really interested in it, so I was really grateful that they sent it to me. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. Here is what the palette looks like. I do like first impressions. I typically do something a little bit more on the normal side. The shade Generosity from the top row. This is my Sigma E40. I like the palette because it does have a mirror too. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that into my crease. I noticed when looking at this shadow, kind of on first glance, it looks like, you know, kind of your basic brown transition, but when I looked at it a little closer, it actually looks to have kind of like a purple undertone. So that's kind of interesting. And I know that I really want to use this mint green color on my lid, so like I don't know, I feel like I need to come in with another color, but I'm honestly just thinking that brown because I don't know if the purple and the mint will go together. I think I'm just gonna come in with this purple shade right, or this brown shade right here. It's called Honesty. I'm gonna use a Morphe brush from the Copper Dreams brush set. I mentioned this in my favorite makeup brushes video, so I'll leave that link down below. So I'm just going to build this on the outer corner of my eye. I know when I do like first impression videos, and honestly even when I try makeup myself for the first time, I just don't do crazy makeup looks because that's not who I am. So I do really want to use the mint green, which I don't know if that's super normal, but I feel like my first few steps are super basic, but you know, sometimes some of us are just basic and I'm okay with that. So that shadow's actually, I mean, it looks pretty dark in the pan, but it's almost like brown black on the eyes. Like it is very dark. So I'm just concentrating this on the outer part of my eye and then slowly kind of flicking it outwards and slowly into the crease, but not too far in. I'm just gonna grab my E40 again and just kind of blend everything out. I don't want it to be too dark because the mint green shade is so light, but I just wanted a little depth out there is all. So now I'm gonna go in with the mint shade. So I grabbed my Morphe G20 brush and I did spray it with a little bit of setting powder. And then I'm gonna pick up Princess Sky Star and put this all over the lid. I'm not familiar with My Little Pony, so I don't quite get all these names, but wow, that's freaking pretty. Oh. Oh man, I'm so glad I decided to go with this shade. That is so pretty. So I'm focusing this mostly on the inner part of my lid. And I'm gonna blend with my E40 because I don't know what I feel about that dark brown shade. While my camera was cooling down, I started in on the other eye. So now I'm just kind of blending everything together. I feel like I like this eye more than this eye, but you know, that happens. It's kind of like a mint chocolate look. Mint chocolate ice cream look. I still like it, but I'm interested in the formula of these because, I mean, I liked the mint color a lot and that showed up really well. I did use a setting spray, but it showed up really well, but the mattes just didn't really like blow me away like I noticed in the Trolls palette. The first time I used the Trolls palette and I like dipped my brush in, like you could tell it was just super pigmented, whereas like with this one I kind of felt like I have to really swirl my brush in there and kind of go back and forth, and I don't know. I mean, it's blending okay, but it's not blending the easiest, and it's not blending like the Trolls palette. So that's interesting because I was most excited for this because I love that Trolls palette so much. I was hoping it would be just like it, and I don't know. I don't think it's like super similar to it, but what we got going on for the eyes right now, I wanted to lay down the shadows first before I did my face if I had any fallout. I don't have too much, just a little bit over here with that mint color, but nothing too bad fallout wise. I'm gonna leave the eyes alone for right now and then switch over to my face. For my face, I have a new primer here, new to me. This is the Urban Defense Complexion Primer. It says it's a broad spectrum SPF 30 smoothing environmental protection primer. This is what it looks like. I got a huge package from Urban Decay the other day and just completely blown away to even be on Urban Decay's radar. Like, that is crazy. Oh my gosh, look at this packaging. So it has a pump. It's like super liquidy, like very serum-y liquidy type of feeling. So it smells like it smells like a pool, but not chlorine. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like it doesn't have a chlorine smell, but it still reminds me of like a hotel pool or something like that. And for foundation, I'm going to use this one from Givenchy. This is the Photo Perfection Fluid Foundation. This is what the outer packaging looks like. This was sent to me from Octoly for review. So thank you to Octoly and Givenchy for sending this to me. I've never tried anything from them. So this was like super crazy to get accepted well. Just gonna go ahead and give it a shake. I picked out the shade Perfect Honey, so I have no idea if it'll be a good shade match or not, but we'll see. It does have a pump on it, so I'm gonna do a few pumps onto my Sigma 3D HD Max Kabuki. This is my favorite foundation brush at the moment. So first thing that I noticed is that it has a very strong scent, but it's not bad. Like, it doesn't smell bad or like chemically. Like, it almost has like a, not a fruity scent, like a floral scent maybe. The color match looks to be pretty decent. I picked this up on Sephora. It's $51, which, I mean, that's pricey, but not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I saw a new Tom Ford foundation that was like $80 or $85. Honestly, that's kind of where I was thinking of this one, but like the Hourglass Vanish Stick is like $46, I think, so I guess it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It says it's full to medium coverage, which I would say medium coverage. You could probably build it up, but I don't really like full coverage and I like the way it's looking right now, so I'm gonna leave it at this. Has the SPF of 20, so there could be flashback concerns if you're doing any sort of flash photography, and it says it's a naturally flawless fluid foundation for a luminous complexion. As of right now, I don't feel like it made me instantly look like super dewy or luminous, but I can tell it's also not very mattifying. It almost looks more like a satin finish as of right now, but it feels nice on the skin. I like the coverage to it. I'm a solid like medium coverage girl, and that's what it looks like so far. But for concealer, I actually did get a package from Morphe recently too, which was, again, super exciting, super like crazy that some of these brands noticed little old me sitting in Iowa, so that's really cool. But they sent along 4 of their concealers, so I'm gonna try one, and I'm very curious because I actually haven't heard great things about their concealers, but they sent me 4 different shades and I picked out the one in nude. So here's what the applicator looks like. So it's kind of that like flat on both sides. So I'll just go ahead and see. So I can tell right away that like it's not very creamy. It feels really dry and kind of like hard to move. So I don't know, we'll see how it blends out. Now I'm kind of nervous, but maybe I should have done one eye at a time. Oh boy. I'm gonna take my Sigma F79 and start to blend this out. Yeah, I just typically prefer just like a creamy concealer that's super easy to blend. And that was the first thing I noticed with this one, is that it felt really dry, but it seems to be blending out okay, so I don't know, we'll see. I think this would be best with a beauty blender though, because it is kind of hard. Like, I think you need to do one eye then the other eye instead of like I normally do my full concealer. I don't think that's a good plan because it's almost like it's already dried on this side. Can you tell that I'm having troubles blending it in? Because it's like it already dried. It's definitely something that I noticed. Oh Lord, how am I gonna blend in my forehead? Oh boy, oh boy. Time sensitive concealer over here. So these concealers from Morphe are only $4.99, so that is like incredibly inexpensive. I know Morphe has really high shipping, but if you're ever like saving up for a Morphe trip, I think they just lowered their free shipping. I think you used to have to hit $100, now you have to hit $75, which is still a lot, and then their shipping cost is still high if you don't hit that mark. But if you're someone like me who like waits and orders in bulk, then it's really not so bad for the $4.99. I just got this sent to me from Pixi. It's their quick fix powder. It says it's a translucent setting powder. So this is the packaging that it came in. So I thought I could give this a try. It's interesting though because it says it comes with a puff, because you can like pat it, you know, all over your face if you want. But I don't want to use the puff because I just want to put it on my under eyes unless the puff is small enough. So this is what it looks like. I did look it up. It says it's $20. It's for 3 grams of product, but I don't know. Pixi is supposed to be like affordable. This has a little mirror here. They're sold at Target, so they're considered like an affordable drugstore brand, but they're definitely on the higher end side. This is what it looks like inside. So I'm gonna leave the puff in there because I'm already making a huge mess. Ooh, I'm just gonna grab out the Morphe E49 and I'm just gonna dip it lightly into the powder, as lightly as I can, and tap it off. I don't wanna bake because I'm not really in a baking mood today, but I do wanna set everything. So I'm just kind of lightly going over it and underneath my eyes. I really do like the way that it's looking so far. That looks pretty good. Like I said, I'm not gonna bake or anything, so I'm just gonna dust that off fairly quickly with my Morphe E3. It didn't go super heavy or anything, but I still like the way that it looks. Like I actually like that. It looks pretty good. It's just, it's kind of pricey. I mean, I would try to get it with like your Target red card or something. And then I'm gonna move on to contouring and bronzing. So Morphe also sent me their 9C palette. So this is what this one looks like. I was super excited to get this because this is just like right up my alley. I'm not 100% sure what shades I should use. I'm gonna go for this like pretty cool toned one down here in the middle, and my Sigma F06 brush. So I like this brush because it gets like right up in there. Okay, so far that looks pretty good for a contour shade. Maybe a little bit on the dark side, but... And I'm going to see what this one looks like over here for a bronzer shade. And I'm going to use, this is a new brush from Moda brushes. It's part of their metallic line. It's the buffer brush. I'm going to see what it looks like for bronzer. So, that looks pretty. I like that. So far, I like the way that everything is applying like over the foundation. I'm not noticing any issues with the foundation yet, so that's pretty good. You know, sometimes first impressions are hard because it's hard to like give reviews and feedback, but if you guys want to see me do a full dedicated follow-up to everything that I used in this video, let me know because I could certainly film that in a couple weeks. So again, that was the Morphe 9C and then a new brush from Moda. So for blush, the only new one that I had is from this Kevyn Aucoin Making Faces book, beauty book. So this is what it looks like. I featured this in a haul recently, but it is super cool. When you open it up, you actually have like 3 smaller books here. And then it says like chapter 1 is for contour, chapter 2 is blush and define, and then chapter 3 is emphasize eyes. So you have contour, highlight, bronzer, and then like in the third one, it's all eye shades. But in the second chapter, we have blush and define. So this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna try out one of these blush shades, even though they both look pretty dark to me, but I'm gonna give them a try. This was sent to me from Kevyn Aucoin, which still Like, it just makes no sense to me how Kevyn Aucoin found me, but there's that. But I think I'm going to use this first shade over here, Blush Shador, I think is what it's called, and my Morphe E4. It looks very bright and very pigmented, so I'm going to try to go in with a light hand, and I can already tell that that is super, super pigmented. The whole book is $75, which is pricey. I mean, Kevyn Aucoin, I feel like it's more of a luxury brand. I mean, definitely high-end brand, but like luxury brand too. But I'm telling you guys, everything that I've been trying, I've been so impressed with. So, and you get a lot of different items. Like I said, the sculpting powder, highlight, bronzer, blush shades, a whole eyeshadow palette. Like, that's pretty crazy. Oh, ooh, that is pretty. I think it's a little pinker than I normally would go for, but I think it's still really pretty. So I'm gonna try brows, and I'm pretty nervous about this because I'm not very talented with brows yet, but I got a package from Ardell Beauty. They're expanding. They came out with some new like eyeshadow stick pens, mascaras, lipsticks, and they also came out with this stroke a brow feathering pen. So this is what it looks like. I grabbed out the shade Taupe, and we'll just give it a try. So this is what it actually looks like. I think these are $9.99. I can have the price in the description box, but I've just never used anything really like this for brows. And like I said, I'm just not very good at brows, so I'm kind of nervous, but you know, we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna give it a try together. So I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to start underneath the brow. I'm like trying to press so light, but you can actually press with a bit of a firmer hand. I just feel like the tip is so flimsy. Like, I don't understand how to do anything super precise. I don't know what I'm thinking about this so far. I don't know, guys. I've never tried anything like this. I'm gonna try to do a couple like flicks in here. I've just never tried anything like this, but you know, give stuff a try for the video. But I don't think we're gonna be super compatible. It was like me trying the pomade when I did the full face using samples challenge. That did not go well. I think I'm just more of a pencil girl for my eyebrows. Like, those seem to be the only thing that I can actually get the hang of. I don't think this is looking too great. So I don't really know if you spoolie through this type of product, but I think it'll make me feel better about myself if I just spoolie that out quickly and try to make it look somewhat normal. I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one, you guys, but I don't think it's the product's fault. I think it's my fault that I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I wanted to give it a try, but I'm not really feeling that. It's just kind of hard for me to get the hang of because the like felt tip is so flimsy. I feel like I can't control where I'm putting it. So there's the second brow. I don't know, I maybe like it a little bit better than the first. There are some brows. I don't, not the greatest, but I don't think this is super like beginner friendly, and I'm saying that as a beginner. I just feel like pencils are the easiest. I've tried the pomades and things like that, and I just, I still think the regular old pencils, not like these like crazy felt tips, I think those are the best for beginners. I'm gonna finish off the eyes, so I'm going to line my waterline with this Thrive Cosmetics Infinity Waterproof Liner in the shade Nally. This is what it looks like. So it is just a brown eyeliner, so I'm just going to line my waterline. Okay, so this isn't really, it's not super pigmented, like it's not going in the waterline the best. I'm gonna kind of smudge it on the lower lash line. It kind of like drags a little bit, but I don't know. Like on the waterline, it's not really doing much. I'll try to tightline as best as I can, but not like a super creamy pigmented liner, which is kind of a bummer. It's fine underneath my lash line, but I don't do that all the time. I would want it on my waterline and tightline, but it's not very creamy or pigmented, so it's not really doing much. Okay, I'm gonna come back into the Pure My Little Pony palette, and I feel like I wanna do some sort of pop of color on the bottom, but now I don't know what to do because I'm still not super impressed with how the eyes came out, to be honest. I'll start with that deeper brown shade, and this is a Morphe M507. It's just like a pencil brush. I'll try this like deeper green shade. It's called Loyalty. I'm just gonna use the same brush, and I'm just gonna kind of pat it in on the lower lash line and then blend it out. I just feel like I need a little bit more color. So that one, I mean, I'm just like very lightly using it, but it's showing up really well. So I feel like maybe the shimmers in here are better than the mattes, because so far like the two mattes just didn't really, like they're fine, but they just didn't like super astound me. Like see how well that's showing up? So I went really ham over on this side, so I'm gonna try to match this side. I really like what the green did for that look, which excites me. So now I'm gonna grab my Morphe E18. I'm really sorry if you can hear Aries because she is snoring really loud right next to me. I'm gonna grab kind of this like pink sparkly shade. It reminds me a little bit of Cube from the Subculture palette. It's called Twilight Sparkle. I don't know if it's gonna be too pink, but let me try it on my inner corner first. That doesn't look bad. I'm just gonna tap a little bit onto the inner corner and then a little bit underneath the brow. I actually really like the green. I like the mint green and I like the green on my lower lash line. I'm glad I decided to go with that. That cheered me up. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but sometimes makeup looks, you don't like them till the very end. I like that shade too. I feel like it's really starting to pull everything together, so I'm not mad. Not mad. We're coming back on the My Little Pony, so hey, that's good. My brows still look kind of crazy though, so hopefully you guys aren't looking at them. And to finish off the eyes, I actually just got this today. This is a new mascara from Urban Decay. That packaging. It is called Troublemaker. It says it is their super fat, super long, sex-proof mascara. You know, I have never been like, man, I need a sex-proof mascara. I guess that's never gone through my mind, but okay. So the little card says the Troublemaker mascara will be $24. It will launch September and also be available at Sephora, Ulta, and select Macy's stores and online. This is what it looks like. I'm not used to getting like fancy packages like this. Kind of makes me uncomfortable. At least I know that this is sex-proof. I mean, I can't get over that. Here's what the packaging looks like. Super, super fun. Definitely like the holographic trend 100%. And let's see. Oh, here's what the wand looks like. I don't know if that was what I was expecting when it said super fat. I guess I was expecting like a really fat wand. I don't know, but let's go ahead and give this a try. I don't have any new lashes right now. It kind of feels like a drier mascara formula. I feel like it's giving my lashes a very wispy vibe, which I don't mind at all because that's typically the lashes that I gravitate towards, like the false lashes I gravitate towards is wispy. So I don't feel like it's like, I don't get why it said super fat because I don't feel like it's super fat. It's just making them like fluffy and wispy and pretty. I like it. So far, I do like it. Like I said, I typically wear false lashes, but because I didn't have any new lashes to wear, I was actually going to try the Ardell mascara, and then like I said, this just showed up today, so I decided to play with this one. It's not like blowing me out of the water right away, but I like the wispy effect it's giving to the lashes. So here are my lashes with the mascara on. I didn't have much for new highlighters, but this Fashion Fanatic palette from MAC Cosmetics, I mentioned it in my recent Makeup Monthly. It has 8 different eyeshadows in here, and then it also has a highlight over here. So I'm going to try out that highlight because I think it's the only highlight that I have that's new that I haven't used. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my Luxie 522 brush. I mean, I think it's pretty, but it's not super... It's not like super blinding. Like I kind of like my highlights a little bit more on like the bam side. It's not like super bam in your face, but it's still pretty. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but it definitely has kind of like a peachy shift to it. It just, if it had just a little bit more of a boost, I think I would be more into it, but it's pretty good. And I thought the other eyeshadows were decent. Like when I mentioned it in my Makeup Monthly, it was in the like okay category. So that's how I would classify this highlight too. Like, it's okay. It's not gonna be my favorite. I don't see myself like reaching for it a ton, but it's all right. And then to finish it off with lips, I was recently sent a package from NudeStix, and they sent along, this is called Haven. They said it's a gel balm, but that you can use it for lip and cheek. This is what it looks like. I looked it up on the Sephora website and it is $24. I think that looks really pretty. It's a nice, it's almost kind of like a peachy nude. And it's more of like the creamy lipstick formula, so I do not mind that. So the final thing I'm going to do is spray my face. Also in the Urban Decay package, they sent me their Chill Makeup Setting Spray for cooling and hydrating. I have never tried any of the Urban Decay makeup mists, so this like really excites me actually. I was pretty stoked to see it. Ooh, it's so fancy. Like I feel like I'm part of like an in crowd now that I finally have these. Like I'm part of the crowd. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray my face. Give myself a quick fan here, lock everything in. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling those vibes, guys. All right, so this is the final look that I came up with using new makeup, testing out new makeup, first impressions. Let me know what you guys think down below. So to run through everything, I was actually kind of concerned with how this eye look was gonna turn out because I wasn't feeling those two mattes that I went in with from the Pure My Little Pony, but the mint really, I love that mint color. The green on the lower lash line I'm actually pretty obsessed with, and then I even did like that pink color that I used. I feel like that really did tie everything together. So obviously I'm gonna have to give it everything, you know, more than one try, but luckily those shimmers redeemed themselves. Shoo, thankfully. The foundation I still think looks really well. I mean, of course, I've only had it on my face. I mean, it's probably been almost 2 hours because these videos take forever to film when your camera overheats. So I still think it looks good on the skin. I don't have any complaints about the foundation. The concealer, the only big complaint that I had about it was that it was really drying and you had to work really quickly. I did enjoy the contour and bronzer shade from that Morphe 9C palette. I feel like I have others that I like more, but I liked that just fine as a first impression. Blush from the Kevyn palette I thought was really pretty. I don't think either of the shades are necessarily like my go-to vibes. They're a little bit too dark for me, but I still thought it was pretty. The MAC highlight was okay to me. It's not like my favorite highlight, but it does look pretty, and I do like that kind of like peach iridescent shift that it has to it. The brow pencil from Ardell, I don't think I'm gonna like. I mean, I need to try it a little bit more. Let me know what you guys think, but I don't know how well I feel like my brows are looking. The mascara so far I think is okay. Seemed like a decent mascara, but nothing that really blew me away. I did really like that Pixi setting powder. I mean, I'm gonna have to try it a couple more times, but right off the bat, I did like the finish it gave to my under eyes, but it's $20, which I think is really expensive. The Thrive Cosmetics eyeliner just didn't really do anything for me. It wasn't very pigmented or creamy, so that one was a bit of a miss for me. Then the lip product, I actually really do like the way that it looks. I know that I have a lot of lipsticks like this, so I don't know, we'll have to see the long wear of it, but I really like the nude shade and it was nice and comfortable on the lips. I think it looks really pretty. And then the Urban Decay setting spray, I mean, so far so good. So there's that. Sometimes first impressions are hard to do, but I wanted to be able to test out some new makeup, and I mentioned it on Snapchat and a lot of people said they wanted to see it. This is the final look that I came up with. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed seeing some first impressions and testing out new makeup. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But if you did enjoy this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys real soon in my next one. Bye!